Hello, and thank you for joining me for your daily tarot. And today we're looking at the 20th and the 21st of June. As always, please only take the messages that you know are meant for you and leave what isn't yours for someone else to enjoy, okay? Right, so strongest messages that's coming out. The nest, an emotionally secure, loving family is important to you. The apple, that one's come out off center. Temptation will test you. And the tankard in the upright, celebration, fun and enjoyment. So, what is going on with this energy? Okay, with the nest, now this is going to be all about your priorities, okay? What it is that you're trying to build, what it is that you're trying to keep safe, what you're trying to protect. It could also be potentially about like a nest egg as well, like your savings, your finances, that sort of thing. It is specific though. It says an emotionally secure, loving family is important to you. So that indicates that the individuals that I'm reading for today, they have no limits when it comes down to what they would do for their family. Like this is someone who will do anything and everything that it takes to protect their loved ones. Now, with this temptation coming out off center, again, I do feel that potentially you might have been threatened in the recent past, or your family might have been threatened in the recent past, because somebody here was tempted to respond in such a way that would have been potentially quite detrimental, okay, either to themselves or to the safety and security of the very family or the family unit. Because again, the word family, that means different things for different people. But basically, someone was tempted to respond in such a way that would have been detrimental to the very family that they were trying to protect. Okay, so that's what I see going on here. And then we've got celebration, fun and enjoyment. So this indicates to me that someone... It could be guidance. It could be coming through as guidance. I don't know yet. I need to pull the tarot, right? But this is basically making that decision of, do you know what? I'm going to focus on joy, optimism, positivity. I'm going to focus on the good stuff. And that is going to be my way of protecting this family of mine or this family unit, okay? Again, it's that temptation that's come out off center that's really, really telling. Right, so we're going to get the tarot out on this. We'll take a deeper dive into exactly what's going on. Don't forget to enter into the Otter Spirit bracelet giveaway as well. So you would have noticed we've got this beautiful box of bracelets here that was very, very generously donated, well, gifted to our channel by Otter Spirit. And there's black tourmaline, lava rock and hematite, and they have come from Otter Spirit's protection package. And then we've got green jade and citrine on this side, and they have come from last month's giveaway because only one winner last month actually claimed their prize. So we did a bit of a rollover, and there's 5 bracelets for this month's giveaway instead of 3, which means that there is going to be 5 new winners. All you have to do is let me know in the comments box below which one of these bracelets is your favorite, and that is your entry into the free draw, okay? Everyone's got until June the 30th to put in their request, if you will. The winners are going to be announced on my community page after June the 30th. Okay, and I will tag the winners' YouTube handles. The Devil. To clarify the nest. Yeah. So I did feel out that energy correctly about that recent threat. I absolutely felt that out spot on. That's why that Devil's coming out. You guys, you know what the Devil energy is. It's nothing good. It's nothing helpful. Nothing healthy. And it does tie in with that temptation as well. Because the devil energy is temptation. So there's a threat, or threats have been made to someone's loving family. Threats have been made to someone's safety and security, to someone's future. Can you tell us more about this devil affecting this loving family, please? It's anything that keeps you in chains, anything that is trying to dominate and control for their own gain. And that's all devil energy. Yeah, the Two of Wands coming out off center. Your plans for the future. The Two of Wands in the upright position, that's making solid plans for the future. That's taking action on said plans for the future. That's things in your head that you're wanting to do and then following through with that, right? The Two of Wands off center, that's instability, sabotage. It's someone having to slow down or stop what they were doing because their plans are being interfered with, or they were being interfered with. Can you tell us more about this energy, please? What's going on here? The devil with the Two of Wands. Can you tell us more? I don't know what this was about. Queen of Cups. It's to do with the Queen of Cups. It's not always going to be about money, is it? The Queen of Cups would imply that this is to do with love, emotions, the way that someone was feeling. Well, because someone just felt like it. Someone felt like making threats. Someone just felt like sabotaging what you had going on. The Queen of Cups is an energy. It's someone who is very calm in a crisis. It's someone who is empathic, who is good-natured, very kind. It's possible that these threats came from an individual who assumed you were just going to sit and take it. You were just not going to do anything about it. Yes, you had to put your plans on pause. You had to put your plans on hold for the time being. But that doesn't mean to say that you're going to sit there and not do anything about whatever this is that they've just done, these threats. You tell us more about this energy, please. The Queen of Cups, again, whether that be a man or a woman, doesn't make a difference. It is someone who is assumed by others as being a bit of a soft touch. And that's why the Queen of Cups or the King of Cups, they tend to run into a lot of trouble with other people, trying to take advantage of them, trying to take the piss. Because they are just genuinely nice individuals, that they do tend to be the target of greedy people. They really, really do. It's like someone here tried to take advantage of another person because they're a good person. Yeah. Three of Cups off center. when that's off center is about gossip. It's listen, I feel like someone has tried to force a good person into conforming to their ideas, to their plans. Someone's tried to get you to conform, to go along with whatever bullshit they've been punting here that would have directly threatened or negatively affected your future and your family's stability and security. That this is about conformity with that Three of Cups coming out off center. So this person's just assumed because you're nice, you're good-natured, that you would go along with whatever this bullshit is that they've come out with. There's been pushback here. From your side of the table, you've pushed back against this. Or you will be pushing back against this. What's this temptation? The temptation might be to try and fight dirty in retaliation. Because clearly the devil energy, that doesn't play fair. Anyone who's coming from the devil energy, they do not play fair. They play by their own rules, and then when it looks like they're losing, they will change the rules to suit themselves. That's someone who's coming from the devil energy. So you might be tempted to try and play them at their own game. But here's the thing, if you're in this Queen of Cups energy, you're not going to win. If you approach from that angle, you're not going to win. And the reason being is because you're not the devil energy. You can't play by the devil energy's rules when you yourself are not the devil energy. That's why you hear a lot of people going, man, fucking hell, why do bad things happen to good people? That's why. Because you're not in the devil energy, so you're not going to be able to play by the rule book that they are coming from. That's why this apple has come out off center. That makes perfect sense. Can you tell us more about this temptational test you? Whoa, yeah, look, Five of Swords, and I'm really careful on how I'm showing that landed. It's squiffy. Like I said, Five of Swords in the upright. It's conflict, arguments, it's competition, it's someone who has to win at all costs, it's someone who doesn't give a shit about what their desires, how their desires are going to affect other people. Okay, that's the Five of Swords, and it's come out squiffy. Plain dirty. So if you're tempted to try and retaliate to this individual, because they are a dirty player, clearly, devil energy, you're not going to win that fight, literally, as I've already said. Can you tell us more? So don't lean into that temptation. Find another way. Yeah, King of Cups is coming out off center now as well. Find another way, because that's not in your nature. That's why that King of Cups is coming out squiffy, because it's not in your nature to play dirty. You can't even read the devil's rule book. Never mind try and play from the devil's rule book, because it's not in your nature. Can you tell us more about this energy? Thank you. Oh, listen, I'll put the overhead camera on so you can see. All of these cards are coming out off balance. This situation, it's one of those horrible situations where it's massively unfair. It's massively imbalanced. It's like whoever is in that devil energy somehow has a huge unfair advantage. Now that could be money, it could be experience, it could just be their entitled attitude gives them the unfair advantage, right? I suspect that whoever this is, they've got a lot of experience of just basically doing whatever the hell they want and getting away with it. And it is about time that someone stood up to this individual. It is. I don't feel that you're the person to do it in the way that you're currently thinking that you're going to be able to do it, because it's likely going to backfire. And it's likely going to end up hurting you a lot more than it is going to hurt them. Because like I said, you can't play by their rules. It's not in your nature. And I keep going back to that. 3 of Wands, that's coming out squiffy. You know what? Their plans are going to fall through. Because I don't know if you noticed, but the orientation of that squiffy card, it came out differently from that 5 of Swords, right? You got this 5 of Swords is pointing towards my right, and then this 3 of Wands is pointing towards my left, right? So the way that I read tarot, and I'll put the overhead on again so you can see, any energy that's coming from my left, I consider that as being the other person's energy that is moving towards you, or just the timeline, that the way the energy is flowing and it's coming towards you. Anything that is pointing towards the opposite side, that's stuff that's currently going on. It's gonna be like your reaction to it. Do you know what I mean? So energy coming in, energy going out, right? That's the way that I read. That's how I can feel out what's going on. This 3 of Wands, because of its orientation, it indicates to me that this person who's coming from the devil energy, listen, they're going to end up sabotaging themselves. They will sabotage themselves. They have definitely bitten off far more than what they can chew. They're taking on far more than what they can cope with. And they will end up metaphorically imploding. Okay? So you don't have to step outside of what is good, what is right, what is in your heart, what is your nature. You don't have to step outside of that. You don't have to become a horrible, mean-spirited person in order to fight back against this individual. Okay? They, for lack of a better term to use, they're going to take themselves out. That's 3 of Wands off centre. It's just unfortunate that you find yourself being caught up in the middle of this situation, or you find yourself being the target, the current target of this individual. And clearly, look at it this way, you've got something that this person wants. Again, temptation. You have got something that this person is pining after. You have it, they do not have it. They're wanting to take it from you, and they're not going to manage to take it from you, because you got the tankard here, celebration, fun, and enjoyment. Okay, so I don't want you guys being worried about that, because they're not going to be successful. What I am worried about is you guys stepping outside of your own natures in order to try and teach this person a lesson. Yes, that they need it, but it's not gonna. It doesn't have to come from you. It's not going to be coming from you. Okay, that's what I'm trying to say here. You don't have to drag yourself down to their disgusting level in order to be victorious in this situation, okay? They've seen something of value that you have. That's why they've targeted you. It could be your empathy, it could be your intuition, it could be your natural gifts and abilities, whatever they might be. It could be your creativity, your original thinking. Bearing in mind you have the King and the Queen of Cups that's come out within the same reading. You could have the most amazing romantic relationship. You could have the most amazing husband or the most amazing wife, or do you know what I mean? The best behaved children, mostly, right? Or you could be working your way towards building a beautiful home, right? It could be something as simple as you having the support of another person. There's triggered spite and jealousy within this individual. It could literally be anything. It could be your actual physical home, with that being a nest. You have something that this person wants to have for themselves. And that's what their entire issue is. They don't have self-control. You do. You have self-control. That's why you've got two of the same suitors coming out. You have support. They don't. And that's why their plans are going to fall through. You have another card for this, please? This Five of Swords, King of Cups, Three of Wands. With the Temptation. Oh, that was very subtle. Yeah, Temperance. The card of Alchemy. Balance, patience, moderation. They're saying that you're needing to temper yourself. You're needing to balance yourself out. You've got to moderate how you respond emotionally to this person, right? And there is heavy emphasis on emotions. With this tankard, there is a good result that comes through for you. That's what Spirit, if you will, is wanting for you to focus on. Okay, can you tell us more about this celebration, fun and enjoyment for our collective? Thank you. The Chariot. You may proceed. You may carry on with what it was you were doing before you were rudely and abruptly interrupted by this particular individual. The Chariot is a card of victory. It is a card of success. It is a card of having strong willpower, drive and passion to keep moving. It's a lot like trying to drive through a muddy field and you've not really got the car that's built for it. Imagine you're in like a little, I don't know, shitty little Ford Fiesta or something. No offense to anyone who's got a little feisty. And you know, you're in this really muddy ass field, right? Your wheels are spinning and you're not going anywhere. And it's just chucking mud everywhere, making a hell of a mess. And that hole is getting deeper and deeper and deeper, right? With this one coming out, it feels, again, just to keep using that imagery, because I work through images. If you turn your steering wheel one way and then quickly turn that way, the arse of your car's gonna sort of spin, but it's going to be thrown into a bit of the muddy field that hasn't yet been dug out, if that makes sense. So it's kind of like you turn that way and then quickly that way, the arse of your car does like a weird movement, and you can literally get yourself out of that muddy hole, right? And then off you go, you can drive. So what this person's done with their interference, whatever this is that they've done, they've made your wheels spin on the spot for a hot minute, but you're going to be able to righten yourself again. And you're going to be able to carry on. Okay? Remember, celebration, fun, and enjoyment with the Chariot. Yeah, King of Wands, off center. So here's the thing. What this has done, it's changed up your plans ever so slightly, but it has not stopped your plans entirely. If your plans were stopped entirely, that would be in the reverse. But it came out squiffy. So deviate on your plan ever so slightly. Whoever is in that devil energy, they are going to be well gutted. Like for real. They're going to feel so, I mean, if that's a man, they're going to feel absolutely emasculated. Right? And if that's a woman, they're going to feel useless. Completely powerless. Whoever that is, they tried to be a tyrant. And it didn't work. It didn't work. Main thing is, you do not have to become like them in order to defeat them. Yeah, Page of Swords. Looking out on the horizon. Thinking up of a new plan. One that's still going to work. Being alert. Being very thoughtful. I wouldn't be too surprised if whoever this devil energy is, if they are currently spying on you, watching you, keeping tabs on you, or if they've got other people doing that on their behalf. I wouldn't be too surprised. And I wouldn't be surprised if they continue to spy on you after this situation has been resolved. Because they're going to try and find ways to prove a point. Yeah, 5 of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. So they have threatened your security. Maybe even your finances. Or your ability to earn a living. Be persistent. Be persistent. Let's take a look. What else for our collective, please? Also, if you've made it this far into the reading, thank you very much. I definitely would appreciate if you could subscribe to my channel. I know it's asking a lot. It doesn't cost anything, but basically 43% of my viewers are not actually subscribed to my channel. So I definitely would appreciate if you could take just a quick minute to send me some love on my clicky click buttons below, okay? Continue to make the most of every open door. Yeah. You gotta be persistent. Whoever this asshole is, right? Whoever this asshole is, they're not in charge of what you can or cannot do. They're not. I don't care who they are or who they think they are. They're not in charge of what doors are open for you or what doors are closed for you. A new career path will be highly successful. Trust the magic of newness. Yeah. So that's you carrying on and being successful anyway. Now for some, this is going to be about your career. What else for our collective, please? Yeah, you're stepping into a brand new chapter. Need I say more? You will have you will have financial security in life. That's what they tried to do to you. That's what you're gonna have. Your nest is safe. What else for our collective, please? Let's get you a healing number. Oh, you've got 2. 31 and 0. Okay, I am disciplined. Yeah. Your approach to life is an effective mix of both practicality and imagination. Your mind is stirring with creative ideas and you have the organizational skills to manifest them to life. Yeah. So be persistent, be disciplined. Come up with new solutions, new ideas, deviate from your original plan ever so slightly if necessary. But as long as you're disciplined, you're going to get there. And I am limitless. There is no beginning and no end. All is infinite. It is time to develop your spiritual side. You're gaining new sight and understanding of both the... It says godly. I like to say universally because it's more inclusive. But either way, you're gaining insight of both the universally and earthy things. Yeah. So it's all about having that healthy balance of the two. Okay. What else? Okay. Right. Here's the thing. It says, whatever you've been putting off, do not procrastinate any longer. Tackle that long overdue project. You will feel better once you begin. Start with one thing at a time. Thoughts and ideas not acted upon are just laying in wait. You can do this. Right? So, yes, it's unfortunate that this situation has cropped up. But you know what? Anything that you're doing in life that is worthwhile, you're always going to have at least one person that comes along and tries to fuck your shit up. Always. Always. It doesn't matter what you do. There's always going to be just that one person that decides, you shouldn't have that, I should have that. And then they try and take it for themselves. You're always going to come across people like that. Thankfully, they are few and far between. However, that doesn't mean to say that you're not going to come across them, because you are. Now, your choice, or your choices are, you fight fire with fire, you play dirty just like them, you become just like them, and then you wake up one day and realize, fuck me, I've become a horrible person. Or you keep doing what you were already doing before they came along, you adjust appropriately, you ensure that you succeed in spite of that, or you can let them nudge you out the way. Hand over your power. Allow them to bully you out of whatever this is that you got going on. There's multiple different choices. This one's saying for you to carry on with what you were doing. Carry on with what you were doing. Procrastination is not going to help you right now. Sometimes in life you have to be bloody minded in order to get anything done. Yep, you're a limited edition, so price accordingly. And it doesn't matter how slowly you go, as long as you don't stop. Yeah. So whatever this is about, set yourself one task a day and complete it. You don't need a huge list. If you've already got a huge list, that's fine. Just pick one thing off that huge list of stuff. Just do one thing a day. Okay, because progress is accumulative. Right? But yeah, that is what I have for you guys today. I genuinely hope that reading has been helpful. For personal readings, my website is phoenixkeiatarot.com. The link for that is in my description box below. Don't forget to enter into Otter Spirit's very, very generous giveaway. Yeah, basically anything you need, description box below. Thank you so very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.